Good. How are you guys?
Doing great. Can you take us through your journey coming down from Canada? How tough was it to leave your home country and come play in the States?
A lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work. Small school in Canada to even smaller JUCO in Garden City, Kansas to Big Ten football. So I wouldn't trade my journey for the world, though.
Was there any thought of sticking around in Canada playing in a youth sports team?
No, not really. Just kind of once COVID happened, I was just searching for better opportunities.
If you had the choice between blocking in a zone scheme or a gap scheme, which would you prefer?
I would choose zone scheme. I like, outside zone, inside zone. But I love gap scheme too. I love counters where I get to kick out an end, pull for a linebacker. Any type of scheme I'm willing to do.
So we're seeing a lot more compressed formations in the NFL. 49ers ran it a lot where the two wideouts were only about 20 yards apart from each other. What does it mean to you as an old lineman when you see a wide receiver that's tucked in closer to the ball, closer to you,
Yeah.
yard to the sideline?
Just means we're gonna pound the rock. Kind of the offensive coordinator kind of has the same mentality I do, and the ball is gonna be toted that day.
What are you eating during the season to keep that playing weight up?
Just a lot of protein, chicken, steak. The pregame meals are pretty nice. Thursday night dinners with the O line, do the job.
You got a cheat day meal you go to?
Not really, not really. Just anything really. Yeah.
What's the toughest workout you had at Illinois or at JUCO?
We used to do mat drills in the fall. Those were pretty tough, but every day was something new with Coach Tank.
Any questions this week take you by surprise?
No, not yet, not yet.
Who you putting on the cover of this year's NCAA 25 video game?
I'd say me or Johnny Newman. Yeah. Informally, yes. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. So at Laurier, I was younger, and we had a guy named Robbie Smith who was kind of a top caliber guy in the Canadian League. So I'd say, yeah, Toronto Argonaut. So I'd say at Illinois, everyone was like Robbie. You would have 11 guys who were that talented. So it was just, more talent, spread it evenly across the defense. Yeah, that was probably my plan, definitely. Yep. Well, I went to JUCO for a year, so Garden City, and a lot of hard work there. Kind of everyone's searching for a D1 opportunity, so I had a kind of bunch of scholarships, and Coach Bilmo really hit me on the heartstrings. He's an O-line guy, so yeah, it made my decision easy. Yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir. It was always like a dream. It just kind of seemed out of reach. But I was always kind of watching film of Trent Williams, Joe Thomas, those guys. I was probably the only one in Ajax who knew who Joe Thomas was. So it was always a dream for sure. Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. Formal and informal, yeah. They went really good. Their O-line coach is exciting. It would be a blessing to play for the Cowboys for sure. It went really well. I think a lot of structure-wise, Coach Bilma does a good job. Creating a routine for us, building your habits from the start of the week to the game day. Every week's going to look the same with Coach B. So if I could take that into the NFL, I think I will. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I think organization, time management, all were things that I had to kind of develop on my own there, and really just kind of put my head down and separate myself from guys who, didn't have the same goals or ambitions I did.
Is that a culture shock maybe when you show up in Illinois and you get to the weight room or the cafeteria or wherever and you're like, oh, these guys are pretty nice.
Yeah, definitely a culture shock. You're around the guys same age as you, and they're just stronger than you, faster than you. So my first 6 months there was a lot of trying to catch up to guys who are, been there for about 3, 4 years. So, yeah, it was definitely a culture shock for sure. Really good. Johnny likes to strain as much as I do. So anytime me and him go up against each other, it's about a 12-second one-on-one. So the play never ends against Johnny. And the rest of the defense, they're all really good at straining.
You're a team captain. How would you describe yourself as a leader?
Definitely a guy that's going to empty the tank every day. Emotional leader, come to me about anything. Talk to everyone in the locker room the same way. So, a guy who can just do the right thing all the time is something that guys looked at. Yeah, yep. Informal. Yep. Yeah, basic stuff, kind of football stuff. So, yeah, it went really well though. Yes, informal as well. Yes, sir. It was really good. Got to ask him about one of my favorite players, Isaac Siomalu. So, really just trying to get some game, talk football, talk my story, show him how much this game means to me. He just gets the job done, has a unique way of doing things. He's physical, kind of tough, and you can kind of dependable. You can count on Isaac for sure. I'd say Matthew Bergeron from last year, kind of paving the way. Tavius Robinson, Neville Gallimore. I remember when I was kind of younger, he was like star-studded guy. Yeah, and he's a bit older than me, about 10 years older than me, so I never got to meet him, but we actually went to the same high school, which was crazy, yeah. Yeah, I talked to them before the Senior Bowl, kind of got a heads up, but I know they're busy. Yeah, so not that much. I'd say physical, tough, finisher, a guy that doesn't want to let go of guys, strong hands, and confident, reliable, a guy you can trust. Play through the whistle, yeah, definitely. Heck yeah. I love to finish guys. Won the knockdown trophy twice at Illinois, so yeah, I just love putting guys on the ground. That's what I hang my hat on. We count knockdowns after every game, and then we kind of accumulate those after 12 games, and the guy with the most knockdowns wins the trophy. Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, terminology. Coach Miller used like NFL terminology, the attention to detail. Every rep, kind of we're nitpicking things, which at the second level guys do. So, but more mentality-wise, I think Coach Miller was strong on creating this kind of identity for our O-line group that I can carry with for the rest of my career. And in practice, Coach Miller, tough indies, tough kind of team periods, run game, all that stuff, all the technique that he taught me is going to kind of carry along the rest of the way. Yeah. Yeah. It's obviously, just one day at a time. It's kind of become my reality. So it's just nothing really is kind of surprising now. It's just taking it one day at a time, trying to get better. I use this last kind of 12 weeks since the season ended to just get better, get stronger, faster. So one day at a time, not really getting too ahead of myself. Yeah, so Hugh Thornton was like a trainer, been training me pretty much every day with Duke Manyweather. So Hugh's a good guy, did really good things in the NFL, similar body type. So he's been a really good guy I can lean on. Yeah, just a little bit. Talked to Palcho the other day. He actually just sent me a message today talking about good luck and just relax and do your thing. So yeah, he's been a really good leader for me. Yeah. Yeah. That would have been close. I think I got to say myself, but if Julian's healthy, he can do special things for sure. Yep. Yeah, so I think it definitely is something I can hang my hat on. Really smart, really high IQ guy. I can go right guard, right tackle, left tackle, some center if needed. So, I can play all five positions at a high level. And when it comes to the X's and O's, I know what every guy's doing and technique now. So I got a bunch of experience at right tackle. So on the right side, I'm completely comfortable. I think left guard, I love playing left guard. I love playing on the left side. But I'd love to play, anywhere on the O-line. It's an honor to be one of the five guys who get to step out there every day. Just I've always played on the left side, but I think guard. I'm a longer guard, more athletic guy, so I could use that to my advantage. And I just love pulling. I always love pulling. Love getting on guys. I love starting the fight early, and at guard you can. Yep. Putting guys on the ground, definitely. Double teams when you get like a 5-yard push on a double team, I trigger off on the linebacker and put him on the ground. So I think, run game, you can really establish your will, body blows. First quarter, the runs come 2-3 yards. By the fourth quarter, it's 7-8 yards. So just being able to wear out the defense is something I love to do. I think, I'm fast off the ball. I can get to my aiming points. We had an O-line coach, Coach Miller, who was stressed kind of aiming points, getting on your guy, your hat placement, setting your first and second steps. So I think when it comes to aiming points, backside cutoffs, frontside reaches is something that I just love doing for sure. Strike timing, definitely my hands. Kind of just striking guys in the pass pro, pad level in the run game are two things we're emphasizing a lot. Yeah, because college game, you kind of are talented. Every guy, is different. A lot of difference in talent on the D-line front. Where in the NFL, every guy's talented. You can't just give up your chest to any guy in the NFL. So, yeah, I think it's, just more important in the NFL for sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'll say give me give me 8 hours. Kidding. 8 hours, yeah. Heck yeah. I'd say a silverback gorilla or a killer whale. Yeah, for sure. I think gorilla just incredible strength, kind of like laid back, and then a killer whale just kind of swimming in the ocean. Like, they're very smart too as well. So those two animals.
Last question I got on top of animals. What's the biggest animal you can take and fight with your hands?
Biggest animal I could take, I'll probably, man, I'd love to go one-on-one with a gorilla, but I don't know how that would go. Or maybe yeah. Yeah, but yeah, we'll see. Or maybe like a cane corso or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, that'd be a good one. A team A agree. Being there early, kind of like a guy you can count on every day. Not really going to be the same guy every day, and yeah. Yeah, before the game, I'd say All of the Lights by Kanye West. That's a good one. Yeah, no worries. We got an outside linebacker, Seth Coleman, who does a good job. Maybe some guys in the secondary. Yeah, but Seth Coleman, I say, is definitely going to be here, and he's going to have a great season. I'm going to be most likely in Durham, Oshawa, most likely, yeah. Jason Bernstein, Clarity Sports. Clarity Sports, yeah. No worries. Teammate Mount Rushmore. Oh, that's tough. I played with such good ones. I got to put Chase and Sydney up there for sure. And leaves two more. Julian's up there. We got to work a lot together. And I say, Tommy DeVito. Yeah, he was a really good guy. He was a really good guy.
When you and Julian were next to each other, like now you're both here at the NFL Combine competing. What were you able to learn from each other during that time? And then from each other to get to this point?
Yeah, I think we're kind of two different guys. Like he's Julian. He's himself, and me. I'm just such a humble guy. So he kind of helped me get out of my shell, and I helped him, on the football aspect with like the technique and all that stuff. He's athletic. I'm more powerful, so I think it was just a great combination of our skill set when we got to work together for sure.
Yeah, being able to, be part of that group and be part of like Illinois alumni group, right? So many have graduated to
Yeah.
the NFL. Was that something that was attractive when you were transferring? And is this where you saw yourself when you were transferring?
Definitely where I saw myself. I knew, like when I was in JUCO, I remember Doug Kramer, Vidarian Lowe, Kendrick Green. Illinois always has like a sneaky talented offensive lineman coming out of there. So I knew like I could be one of them if I really bought into the process. And Coach Bilma does a great job with offensive line. Coach Miller, I can't thank him enough. So.
Isaiah, who's a guy that we're not talking about right now for Illinois, but next year we'll all be talking about?
Seth Coleman, I think, is going to do a really good job. Josh McCray is in the backfield. I think by next year he's going to be mature, and if he wants to come out, I think it would be a good decision. But Seth Coleman and Josh McCray, I think, are going to do two good things.
Why Seth Coleman?
He just great instincts, strong, powerful, fast. But his instincts and his motor kind of will separate him amongst guys in the country. He's long and he gets the job done for sure.
Who set the tempo for the Illinois defense every day in practice?
Who set the tempo? I'd say the O-line, I got to give credit to us, during inside run periods, when we're coming off the ball smoking hot, and the D-line has to match it, the whole defense does. So I think it starts up front. So it wasn't really one particular guy. It was just it was who we are as a team.
How about the defensive side?
Defensive side, I'd say Johnny Newton, Gabe Jackus. Gabe always brought it. He's a young guy, but, he kind of set the tempo for sure.
At what point do you realize Gabe was like that kind of guy?
Man, I'd say his transition from his freshman year to sophomore year, just kind of how he works. Kind of got to stay after practice late, empty the tank every workout. So when you see that, you kind of know a guy's going to be special.
Who's the toughest guy you saw in a game this year?
I'd say Chop Robinson. Definitely, caught me at a bad time, short week to prepare. So he did a good job getting off the ball. He did a good job doing his job. I think the Big Ten, we're going to run the ball. Good teams run the ball, stop the run. So I think in the Big Ten, that's what, especially in the Big Ten West, I think the technique, the guys you play, the constant talent you're going to see, the consistency of talent, it's kind of similar to the NFL. So every week it's going to be someone good. You can't really take an off week. So I think that's how I prepared me.
Is that the biggest thing you pride yourself on? What's kind of the main thing that you're looking to highlight as a team using both here and drills and
Yeah, I think I definitely hang myself on the run game. I definitely saw even in the Super Bowl, like the Chiefs ran the ball really well. So I definitely believe that, when it comes down to playoff football, good teams run the ball. I definitely love running the ball. I was talking about it earlier, just body blows. First quarter, the D-line, they're jacked up. But after running the ball 30 times at them and really, wearing them down by the fourth quarter, it's just, you could tell they're defeated.
what's kind of been the message from teams interviewing you at the combine so far? What's kind of when they are bringing on film, what's something that they see they're putting out there?
Definitely like the finishing, the mentality that I have. They can see the willingness to compete, the awareness, especially in the pass pro situations. A lot of them really liked how I passed off games at guard and tackle. My IQ, they're really kind of happy about.
Is versatility something that you're looking to use some of these teams,
Yeah, for sure. Versatility. I want to compete anywhere. Anytime I have the opportunity to get on the field and compete is something that I don't take lightly. And yeah, so versatility is huge. I can play anywhere. The IQ kind of is a testament to that.
have you gotten a chance to meet with the Niners?
I met with them informally as well. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I think no one else. No one else really played it, but I think the physicality. I grew up playing hockey, but it's probably the second most physical game, hockey, besides football. So I just loved it. I loved it. I love being around the guys similar to my size, kind of bunch of humble protectors. So once I got around the O-line, that was wraps. Man, Tip, he's an incredible athlete. The way he drove that sled was kind of impressive. And Isaiah, he's fast. He's fast, and he's going to catch the ball well. He, I think, led the Big Ten in receptions. I'm not too sure about that, but he's going to catch the ball really well. He's going to run fast, and, he's a great guy off the field for sure.